Mechanic tries to scam me, receives public embarrassment in return. A couple of years ago, I took my beat-up 2004 Avalon to a quick lube mechanic shop for an oil change. Normally I do this stuff myself, but life had me overwhelmed at the time, and I just didn't have the energy or space. This shop offered a complimentary, full vehicle inspection. And while I knew my car was running just fine, because I'd done the brake pads, filters, belts, and most other maintenance myself, I figured I'd let them go through the motions. It's worth noting here that I'm 5 feet 3 inches, blonde, soft-spoken, and perpetually look like a 16-year-old, despite being 26. My dad and brother are both mechanics, so while it's not my profession, I've been around tools and torque specs my whole life. Unfortunately, shops see me and assume I'm clueless. This place was no different. After about 30 minutes, a mechanic walks into the waiting area, clipboard in one hand and my air filter in the other. He had this serious expression on his face like he was about to break some tragic news. He starts his little show in front of a full waiting room, saying my car is in dangerous condition, that it's barely drivable, and he wouldn't feel safe letting me leave without addressing some urgent issues. Then he listed them off. He told me I needed new brake pads, rotors, calipers, serpentine belt, drive belt, air filter, and even a new AC compressor, or I'd lose air conditioning completely. I had recently replaced or inspected every single one of those parts. When he held up my dirty air filter, I was stunned for a moment. It was filled with hair, bits of dead leaves, a dead wasp, and literal chunks of dirt. The guy clearly grabbed debris off the shop floor and stuffed it into my clean filter. It was laughable. Then came the cherry on top. All of that will come to about $1,500, but don't worry, I can give you a deal. I decided to give this guy a performance he'd never forget. I asked a few wide-eyed questions about belts and brakes, just to buy myself a little time. Then I texted my dad, calling you in 30 seconds, just play along. I turned on the fake tears and told the mechanic, I can't afford this. Maybe my dad can help. I'll call him. I put the call on speaker in front of the crowded waiting area and launched into full melodrama, telling my dad I needed help again, that my car might explode, and could he please help me pay for the repairs? My dad caught on instantly. He calmly asked what the repairs were. I told the mechanic to explain it, and he read the list, again, with the same urgency. My dad played along flawlessly, acting concerned and thankful that the mechanic caught everything before I got hurt. Meanwhile, I kept my damsel in distress act going, then came the reveal. As soon as my dad finished his bit, I started laughing, loudly, that I got you kind of laugh. My dad erupted into cackles on the other end too. I said, Dad, do you hear this nonsense? He brought me my new air filter and tried to pass it off as garbage. He literally rubbed it on the ground to make it look dirty. The waiting room audience? Loving it. A couple people were snickering openly. The mechanic? His face was bright red. He didn't say a word, just stood there with his mouth opening and closing like a confused fish. I handed him the filthy air filter and told him to clean it and show it to me before reinstalling it. I then followed him outside to watch him finish up the job, just in case he tried to mess with anything on my car in retaliation. To be honest, maybe I took it a little over the top, but I've seen mechanics take advantage of too many people, especially women, who don't know anything about cars. That infuriates me. This time, I got to flip the script. Massive props to my dad for his acting chops and for teaching me everything under the hood. And shout out to that entire waiting room for bearing witness to Scammy McRipoff getting humiliated by the naive blonde girl who just wanted an oil change.